Located right along the Ohio River, nestled in the center of the largest state forest in Ohio. Shawnee is the southernmost state park, and it's in the Appalachian foothills, so we're really just at a great location. This place is comparable to the Smoky Mountains. It's called the Little Smokies of Ohio. We have a lot of geologic diversity here, from Shawnee heading about 20 miles west towards the edge of Appalachia Preserve, which is a nature conservancy property. The soil changes because the rock changes. So here we have Mississippi sandstone, and as you're heading west, you get into the oldest bedrock layer, which is a limestone, Ordovician limestone. There was an ancient river that flowed north from North Carolina into southern Ohio, and it was like a corridor for seeds to travel north and start their lives right here in Shawnee. So we have the umbrella magnolia tree, which is an uncommon tree in Ohio. We have lots of sweet gums. We have tons of oaks and hickories, different varieties of them. We just have probably over 100 varieties of trees and shrubs in this area. And the wildflower displays in early spring are really amazing too. And late April and early May, it's a great time to come see all the different varieties of orchids, yellow and pink lady slippers and showy orchis. And a lot of people don't even realize that orchids grow in Ohio. We think of like tropical zones when we think of orchids, but Ohio has many varieties of orchids. So the biodiversity here is just off the hook. So this is what I would call the Nature Center compound. And every year we add something new and fun here at the Nature Center. Within the Nature Center, it's basically the natural history things. We've got bird nests and we've got some snakes and usually a lizard or a turtle or something that people can come and have an interactive time and learn about local wildlife. We also have a natural playground here for kids to play with a tunnel and a mud kitchen. And then next door with the log cabin, it's cultural history. So it tells about the people of our area and how we became Shawnee State Park. We are actually a piece of the oldest public land in Ohio. In the early 1930s, there were 7 3C camps, Civilian Conservation Corps camps that were here, and they were the people who came and created the roads. So not only do we have this awesome 40-mile backpack trail, we also have 100 miles of forestry roads that you can drive if you want to do birding or look at wildflowers. So there's 5 small lakes within the forest, and they're good for fishing or kayaking or canoeing. And they also are a great habitat for salamanders and fish and beaver and all sorts of other types of wildlife. As far as wildlife goes, well, you can find just about anything that you can find in Ohio here in Shawnee. 2 varieties of foxes. The bobcat are doing really, really well in southern Ohio. About 19 varieties of snakes, tons of varieties of salamanders, all of the small critters, and the spring warblers are great here too. During migration in the spring, all of the warblers are coming through Shawnee, but about 20 of them will stop and actually nest here. So that's really another special thing about this place. Although black bears are very rare, a lot of people get footage of them on trail cameras and send us pictures of black bears. And a man next door got a picture of a black bear carrying corn, and there were cubs. So that would indicate that black bear would even actually live here year-round, which this is enough space. 64,000 acre forests, about 100 square miles is enough space to support black bears. People come from all over to hunt in Shawnee as well. We have lots of deer and turkey, and so people come here to get what they call the big buck. Hunting season starts mid-September and goes on through the winter, so if you ever want to come in Shawnee and hike in the fall, which is a great time for hiking, make sure you remember to wear your blaze orange. Programming in the park is always a lot of fun. Wildflower walks, birding tours, programs for kids. We have a Mother's Day orchid tour every year. Halloween programs, trick-or-treating, you know, all that stuff. One of my favorites is called the Unhaunted Forest program, and we have really beautiful costumes that are animal costumes, and people dress up in the costumes and get on the trail at night, and they do a 2-minute skit about the animal, and we take people through on lantern-lit tours, and it's a wonderful family-friendly program. Many people have been taking their children to state parks since they began. And those children bring their children, and then those children bring their children. And so it's a part of family heritage, and it's a great place to showcase some of the native plants and animals that we have. And we need all the wild spaces that we can have. A lot of urban areas, unfortunately, people aren't using native plants, and so if you don't have native plants, then you lose your insect populations, and when you lose that, then you lose the rest of the critters. So having all these state parks is really part of our heritage. And it's just a wonderful thing to be able to drive in a giant forest where you don't encounter a lot of people and all you see is nature all around you.